Steve here, FlipSideCT. I got a batch here to show you some online buys, store, show. But Under the Radar was my last videos. Hey, for you folks who've been contributing and putting out videos, great job. Thank you, and thank you for mentioning me. But it's for the VC, it's for the newbies, the people who want to get into music, who should not just buy Eagles' Greatest Hits, Fleetwood Mac Rumors, one of those popular Queen albums, whatever. The point is just, do a search for albums under radar. If you're watching this and wanting to get into some music, you'll learn about some cool albums that you should get. Of course, everyone's videos should be albums you get, but just more of a point of reference for you folks. And so thanks. That was cool. It was more than I expected. And but anyway. Let me jump in here, this batch here. There is, in Australia, his name's slipping. I apologize, I am terrible with name, but Grandma's Handbags, a channel. He got some great things. We've been in sync, things he shows. And anyway, Slow Dive is a album that he recommended, and I listened to it and I agreed. This is pretty up my alley for that ambient pop. How else would you categorize that term? Shoegaze. I really despise the name, but I'll have to go with that name. Dream pop. So Slow Dive, a band from. Where are they from? They're from Reading, Berkshire, UK. They came out in the 90s. They were teens, and they put out like 3 albums in the early 90s. Got together in 2013 and put out a new album now here, 2017. So I took the recommendation, gave this a listen, and really dug this. Eno's involved with them also, and so they have a total of 4 albums. Recommend it. No, that's not. Different one. So, a show I went to, I'll go through these. Tim, you mentioned Under the Radar, Laura Nyro. Well, at my show before Under the Radar, I got 2 Laura Nyros, so I was laughing when you showed that. These are, from the late 60s, really good, excellent vocals and rock and roll and just cool music to listen to. She's got some really great history. I didn't do a lot of research on her. I don't know too much. But what's really, really funny is my cousin engineered it, and that's pretty wild. He's passed away since, but I have a couple of his that that he engineered. But Laura Nyro, look it up. I didn't want this album. I saw it a few times. I thought that it was going to be weak, but I got influenced by the vendor, who's a friend and a great guy who I buy from regularly. This is his personal record, Jerry's 3rd album. And what stood out was, to me, he's singing Let It Rock, Chuck's song, and Let's Spend the Night Together. And this is Jerry's versions. So you gotta like it or you don't like it. And I really like this album now. I'm really glad I got that. Troubadour, J.J. Cale. This is one that I've been wanting. J.J. Cale, Troubadour, just cool. I've talked about this guy, his ambient, Harold Budd. This is a French pressing. It's called Abandoned Cities. Don't usually see this album around. Very surprised to see this. It wasn't too expensive either, but dark. Not the lighter side. Pretty dark. Fedora, the Tangerine Dreams. This is a promo copy, and I had needed this version. Okay, somebody in Toronto is going to get excited. This is Mr. Dynamo, Ronnie Hawkins and the Hawks. This was only $7, mono, from 1960. Condition was not great, but good. Bad Kitty vendor John had a little phonograph player. He plays it for you. Make sure you like it. I liked it. Thought it was great. This is Ronnie Hawkins, Levon Helm, the band, before they were the band. But this does not have the band. It's 2 songs written by Robbie, I believe, on here. Levon is on here, and Ronnie Hawkins, but not the whole band yet. And this is a band I've been wanting to get into. This album is called Bug. It's from Dinosaur Jr. And this was only $15. I think it's from late 80s, 90s. I'm still trying to get into this more. I've heard some other albums which are good. I wasn't sure on this one, but I took a shot. But I'm still listening, and I know this is a good band. Okay. A friend of mine, Mike Vendor, Slip Disc, had talked to me and recommended a band to get, keep my eye open, and I did go look out. And it's a band from Atlanta from 1970. Well, they played around 75, and this band is called the Razor Boys. And yeah, you would say some punk, some hard rocking guys. And they're from Atlanta, and you can imagine 1975. The Ramones, they played alongside the Ramones and Dead Boys, and AC/DC, Bon Scott, and they toured also. They went up to New York to play. They were, I guess, pretty excited about that. But the Razor Boys, Ronnie Razor, he's one of the vocalist composers. So they went into a studio. Rough sounding, not great sounding album as far as quality, but the songs are cool. I think it's just, again, I'm collecting punk, during this time frame, what I think is sort of punkish. But, they have the Hanoi Rocks look, some heavier sound, but they were good. I really like this. He gave me the recommendation. This was only $20, something like that. Razor Boys. So under the radar, me, Mr. Mayo, mentioned one, and I grabbed it because I really never. I like some of the music of Elvis, but I was glad I got one that was out of the ordinary from Elvis in Memphis, and it was right. It's a different sounding Elvis, and really a good one to have. And when I was getting it in the store, Replay Records in Hampton, Connecticut, the guy was excited in me getting it. He goes, "Oh, that's phenomenal!" But I got that. I talked to him. I got that one there. That's right. I got this one in another store. This is the sensational Alex Harvey band. This is an early one from the early 70s, and from Glasgow. This is an album I've been wanting to get. Some of you know Alex Harvey, but the first one, I don't see this one around. And this is, very theatrical, very different, very fun, very big and popular with a lot of the punks, the glam side of things. But I'm going to tie this in some of these guys who came to this band. They came from another band. I'll show that. Here's another store buy. I was busy, huh? Little Feat. I needed the 3 albums from 75 to 79. This is their last one. even though this says the last one. And these have Lowell George on it, so I like collecting Lowell. And I did get, these were $6, so it was a good deal. And this is Lowell's solo album, which after he left, he died 10 days before this came out. Unbelievable timing. No, this album came out 10 days before he died. Yeah, reverse that. Interesting, this is a picnic scene with Castro, Dylan, and Marlene Dietrich. And this is a painting from Manet, M-A-N-E-T. He took the concept from here. Actually, there's a naked lady there and two guys, from the 1800s, in jackets and ties. But anyway, this is Lowell's solo one, and good. Not great, but it's good. I mentioned before Alex Harvey Band. These guys, this next band was a band called Mustard at first. They started in 1969 and separated in 72, but this band eventually was called Tear Gas. I mean, I know people collecting new albums and newer bands and, pretty recent artists, but I'm telling you, 71 is just some kick-ass year for rock and roll. I'm still buying albums from this year. It just doesn't end, these bands that come out. I got more to show you. I'm just blown away with what I'm finding and hearing and seeing. This is one band, like I said. These guys eventually went on to Nazareth, Michael Schenker, Rory Gallagher. Who else? Alex Harvey Band, as I mentioned, but they're rocking. Guitars, kicking ass, and this is just cool rock and roll. Tony Chapman produced this, and this is Hypnosis. That's it, VC. Like I said, I got some good things coming. Some 1971, still going. I appreciate and thank you for all, and I'll talk to you and listen soon. Bye-bye.